And today I have an amazing show for you. Do you know why I know it's going to be an amazing show? Because you are here watching it. So let's get started. I am here with my new friend, Matt. And I say new friend because we've known each other like 10 minutes and we have already been through a lot of things together when I tell you. Anyway, Matt is joining us from Australia. And tell us a little bit about yourself and tell me this. Tell me why you are passionate about helping people in their business using your zone of genius.
Well, look, the reason I'm passionate about helping people is twofold. It's the more businesses I get to help increase their sales and their marketing and get a better result, the more people we get to go create jobs for in the South Pacific, which is the real cause of our business. So we love being able to help create jobs and create impact around the world for sexual slavery and human trafficking, and we do that by helping businesses grow their sales.
If you don't have money, you're not able to do the things you're passionate about and help the causes that you want to help. Sometimes for me, I'm, in a creative industry, I'm a photographer and I work with other photographers and we love what we do. So sometimes we have a problem like charging for our stuff because, well, we love it. We're passionate about it. Yeah, but we're actually cheating the world out on other things that we are also passionate about. So I like how you said that. And I like that you are teaching businesses how to make money, make sales, and you're using that to actually like make an impact in the world.
Yeah, look, it took a while to come up with a model that works because, as you said, we don't do things for the money, but the money sure allows us to do more of the things we love. So it took us a few iterations to be able to develop a model where the more we helped businesses, the more profit we made, and the more profit we made, the more jobs we created, and created this kind of relationship where, together everyone did achieve more. So, making profits is just a byproduct of being able to do good with the right model.
I like that. It's a byproduct of being able to do good. I love that. All right. So why is being authentic and bringing your own personality into your brand essential for people to thrive in their life and business? I feel like too often we get in this place where we think that we have to be a certain way, but when we really bring that human touch into it, that's really, how would you explain that?
Well, look, there's so much junk out there these days. There's so much automations and AI and all this kind of stuff. And we're in this place where your credibility has been replaced by your popularity, where most people on the surface will kind of look at someone and look at the size of their following and that and go, oh, because they've got a big following, that must be great. But that's rarely, that's actually rarely the case. So authenticity sort of just has allowed me to connect with the right people and also repel the wrong people, because I am who I am, and you like it or you don't like it. And if you don't like it, then, well, you're not my people and I'm not your person. So authenticity just has allowed us to go out there and stand, and we make it very clear, this is what we do, this is how we do it, this is how working with you helps us with our mission, this is how we help you with your mission, and this is how everyone makes money out of it. And there's certainly our fair share of people that do not like me and don't connect with me and don't like the messaging or don't like direct outreach or what we do for that, and that's totally fine. I would rather people know about that up front and make decisions of whether they want to connect with us or not based on that, rather than try to be fake and be pretentious and get everyone in and then manipulate them through into our way of doing it. It just complicates business on so many levels.
I love that you said that, because I say this all the time. Part of bringing myself and my personality forward is, yes, to attract my ideal client, but it is also very much to repel my not ideal clients. I don't want to have that awkward conversation where I'm like, you know what, I don't think we're a fit. I don't want the headache of having someone that isn't a fit for me, that, you know, that doesn't, their goals don't line up with my goals. I don't want to be in the position where I have to work with somebody that it's going to be like, you know, pulling nails all the time, and it it drains you. And when you have a whole bunch of clients that shouldn't be your clients to start with, then you lose your own passion and you lose your own vision. And then when your ideal clients do come by, they don't notice you because you're all hunched down. You're like, you're beaten, you know, you're not yourself. You're not shining. You're not letting that
Totally.
authentic self go through. And so you're missing out on the real clients that you need to be working with, because you're just so beaten down, because you think you have to please everyone and be this, you know, corporate smiley face that's, you know, a fit for everyone. I am definitely not a fit for everyone, and I'm okay with that. And the older I get, the more I want you to know up front that, you know what, if you don't like me, I can refer you to someone else. Like, I'll even help you find someone else,
Huh?
but please don't take all my energy and time.
Totally. But and when you go beyond kind of the the challenges of working with the wrong person as a founder, you look at the organizational issues that you churn clients out regularly, which means you're putting all this time and energy, you know, in, and you got your team putting all time and energy in, and then they churn out. So, you know, the time, the money, the energy you've spent to acquire that client, to set that client up, you know, they're going to churn out usually in 30, 60, 90 days. And you know, that just slows that whole business down. So, you know, we've over the time become very picky with who we work with, you know, and you know, we actually kind of will say no to a lot of clients that have unrealistic expectations, or you know, they you know, unrealistic timelines is the, you know, is the biggest things, and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, and doing, the more we've done that, the more we've kind of enabled our ideal clients are the ones that get us and work with us to grow, which means that our business has grown, which means the impact we have has grown. So, you know, and that just starts with knowing who we are, who I am, you know, who we can help and how we can help, and just being quite, you know, authentic from that, you know, in that place, and kind of just not deviating, you know, not deviating off that path.
So I am absolutely a heart-centered business. I believe that, you know, that we should be involved in our community. We should be involved in our world. We should be making a change everywhere we go. So I'm curious, because, you know, we've literally had this much time to talk. So I'm really curious about, you know, the organizations that you work with and how you bring that, you know, human touch into changing your world. Please elaborate and tell me more about what you do.
Well, it started with a trip to Thailand, and you know, I actually went and got the privilege of spending 3 weeks over in Thailand on the front line, and we were rescuing women out of brothels and kids out of brothels, and looking at the depravity which is sexual slavery. And you know, I got back from that, and there was hundreds of stories of people we'd rescued and people we'd seen, but everyone I spoke to had the same core story, that they needed money, so they made a decision that led to them being where they are now. And no one that we spoke to said, I woke up one day and I wanted to become a prostitute addicted to drugs and all that kind of stuff. Everyone was, we got caught, we got trapped, we got lied to, we got manipulated. And it all came down to they needed money. And so I got back to Australia, and I'm like super motivated. So I'm just donating money left, right, and center. And, you know, got to the point that my wife had to tap me on the shoulder and said, hey, we can't pay the mortgage this month. And I went, why not? She goes, well, it's because you've donated all this money over there, and so you need to go get some money so we can pay the mortgage. And then I kind of went, oh, okay, so that's not working. And at the time, I was a sales trainer, through there, and I had quite a large sales training business, and I'm kind of sitting in this boardroom going, I'm training all these people how to prospect and follow up and nurture, and none of them are actually going to do the work. But yet this event's costing this business 25 grand. So there's money there. So I went, well, if I can just figure out how I can automate this process, then I can go and create jobs. So I started to look in different regions and went, well, couldn't find any organizations that did what my vision was, or even close to, and actually went to a dozen organizations and tried to gift them this and said, I'll set this up for free for you. I'll do it. I'll manage the whole process for you. And just no one could see it, because most of the organizations over there are so focused on the rescue, or so focused on, the fundraising and all that kind of stuff, that they couldn't see that there's actually a business to make. So I did it myself. And that's how we kind of just got started. I just started looking in different regions, and we decided to sort of start our first office in the Philippines, just because that had an outsourcing infrastructure in place and it was a little bit easier to get started. But when we were laying our foundations, we looked at what was really important to us. And so we looked at, who we were offering jobs to, and how we could kind of create opportunities in regions and for people that wouldn't otherwise get opportunities, and how could we use our center as a way of creating good. So we looked at, firstly, within our team, and making sure that there was a great workplace and they were paid well and they were happy and they want to come to work and they were developing skills. And then we started looking out to the broader community and going, well, what else can we impact over there, and how can we kind of be able to create other events and other opportunities through our business. So that's kind of been the evolution over the last couple of years, and with the process quite down pat. So we've now got a roadmap to take these centers into Cambodia, to Thailand, and then eventually over into South America, where there's similar poverty-driven exploitations.
I love that. I especially love the part where your wife had to tap you on the shoulder and said, "Hey, I like what you're doing here, but we also have bills, sir."
That was the thing, and we've got 6 kids, and our lifestyle is expensive, and that's when you get so consumed by a project and a passion, and you see things and you just go, right, I'm just going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. You just start heading down this path, and the guy that took me over to Thailand, he's been doing it for 10 years, and he's so traumatized by what he's seen that also became a really big lesson, because he ended up stealing about $30,000 off us. And I can only kind of just relate, because I've been to Thailand with him and seen what he's seen and been in his world, that he is definitely suffering by PTSD and all this stuff. And he's just kind of linked in his brain that doing bad to some people and stealing and lying and cheating from some people is okay, as long as he's using that money for good.
Wow.
But the lesson that I kind of took out of all of that was, I can't be like that. I need something that's sustainable. I need something that, is going to sort of allow us to have a greater impact over a longer time. So it was that tap on the shoulder took us that step back from the, from the emotion, and started looking at it pragmatically and looking at it from a business point of view, and built a business case around it that kind of enabled that, put doing good at the core of it, and then kind of enabled us to, use the motivation and the drive and the skills that I've got to go and push things forward, but do it in a way where the more that I did, the better it got. And that's certainly that's certainly the direction that we've been placed on.
And I think that's the main point I want people to hear, is that when you don't have your business set up, and you don't have your business process set up, and you're not making sales and you're not making money, you are actually robbing the world of what you could do with that money.
100%. And you're robbing yourself, and you're creating stress, and you're creating drama, and you're creating this prison that stops you from propelling, from propelling forward, and stops that mission from getting out there. And I see it time and time again that people that have great businesses but don't have great sales really struggle. You know,
Mhm.
I had a great business, I had great sales. I also didn't for a period of time have great financial management, which is what put us into a lot of, you know, create a lot of problem. But we solved that problem by bringing the right people, more that centralizing the way that I do it and being kind of that, you know, authentic to that message, and then kind of just bringing people along with for the ride with us and bringing our team and building that along with, the better we've been able to grow, the more impact we're having, the more profit we're making. And it is this relationship that, again, I don't count our goals by the amount of profit we make at the end of the year or a revenue. I create it by the amount of jobs we've got. It just happens to be that the more jobs we create, the more revenue we create. The more revenue we create, the more profit we make.
So you've really taken your brand and made it personal. Like, hey, when you work with me, you're doing all these things in the world, and um, as everyone knows, I'm a professional photographer, have been my whole life. And in the footer of my website, there's a little button that says the bigger picture, because I think I'm clever. Because I always think I'm super clever because I'm a photographer, the bigger picture. Anyway, but those are the organizations that we hold near and dear to our heart, and that we contribute to and work with, and, you know, either donate money, our time, you know, resources, everything to these things. Because I think when you use that as part of your branding, people are like, hey, I also am interested in helping this. I want to get involved with you. I love to shop with vote with my dollars. I love to put money into organizations that are actually out there doing things. I love to put money into businesses that are making a difference in our world. And I think a lot of people are like that. But we can't forget, we have to run a business. We have to have our things in order so that we're making money. We're doing those things and being able to do that. And I know that you really help businesses with their sales, keeping their, you know, that humanity in there. And I think that's really amazing. And I can't wait to talk to you even more in the future. But I'm excited that you're here. What would you say was your turning point? Like, when did life happen? And it may have been when your wife tapped you on the shoulder, but when you weren't really putting, you know, the business first and really understanding that you needed to run, you know, make this part of your brand. When that wasn't working, when was that time, and how did you turn that around and say, okay, I get it. This is what I need to do. This is how I can use my zone of genius to make my company business, to make my family business, and to contribute to this?
Well, there was the light bulb moment, which was certainly shortly after the wife tapped me on the shoulder and said, "We need to do it." Where I'm sitting in this training room and training this group of salespeople and going through all of this stuff, and I just had this group of 10 salespeople that are sitting like this, not interested, completely disconnected. And I'm going, I'm wasting my time here. I happen to be getting paid $10,000 for the day's training, plus all the other costs. Was actually costing this company 25 grand for the day to be on there. And I'm going, yeah, I'm getting paid good money, but that's actually not good. And then the kind of light bulb went on, going, well, I can just systemize all this stuff that I'm training them that they're not doing. Then businesses could pay me to build a team to go do it for them. And that 25 grand we could go put over here, businesses would actually get a better outcome, because they'd actually get the results of the labor. And I can go create jobs, and I'm not going to put up with the brain damage of having to try to train people that didn't want to train. So that was the light bulb moment. It took a while to actually take that from a ideation and into something that could actually deliver results. And, you know, I certainly got so passionate about the mission and led with that. But in the B2B sort of space, especially, there's lots of people that will pat you on the back and go, hey, I really, you know, really connect with your message. I really want to support you. But I'm not interested in that. I want their money. And, you know, like if it was a B2C brand and you're going, well, this is our manufacturing process and we had these people manufacturing over here and this is our product. People connect with that story and then pay. They'll then buy the product and then they'll accept a slightly inferior product because it's come, you know, it's come out of that. But in the B2B space, businesses don't tolerate lack of results and lack of credibility and mistakes because it's a different world. So it took us quite a while to be able to take the ideation and actually put it into an executable sort of plan that we could actually quality control, we could measure, we could get consistency out of. So and there was a whole lot of drama through that it cost 5 times the amount of what we thought it would. It took 3 times as long, and you know, we went through a personal financial meltdown through that. The bank actually took our house and we lost everything financially in that process, but kept going and actually rebuilt everything in a couple of years. You know, and all that kind of stuff. So when we got it together, things accelerated really, really quickly. So, you know, all that kind of hardship that we went through, I could write a whole book on that period of our life, you know, very easy. But all that hardship really came back very quickly because we're able to kind of get through and remain it. So, you know, now like the brand, you don't have to actually connect with our mission. And if you look at our branding, we sort of mention a little bit about what we do, but we really talk about our process and the stuff. So, you know, you're coming to us because you don't have enough time to manage your sales properly. You're not generating enough leads because you need help with actually growing your revenue. And you connect with our process and you go, that's exactly what I want because it's simple, it's laid out. And the fact that we can employ someone for $8 an hour to do all of this work for us, that's what people connect with us on the surface because that's what they value. They stay with us and they stay loyal and they refer and they expand their spending with us because of both then the mission of what we actually, you know, stand for and the results we're actually delivering for.
So who would you say that people need to network with, and who do they need to ask for help when they are trying to get their brand and their sales and everything aligned with that human aspect? Who should they reach out to ask for help?
Look, first you go and ask your existing customers. You know, go back to people that are already doing business with you and find out why. Find out what it is that you do or what they really connect with and why, you know, why. And you'll be blown away at the insights that actually delivers. You know, I've learned so much by and I got challenged by a really good friend of mine to go and ask do this to my customers, and I got blown away because everything that I thought was important was not. Everything that I kind of didn't really value, everyone said we stay with you because of your loyalty. We know that you'll go the extra mile for us, and all this stuff that's just who I am, and I don't kind of put a value on it, was why people were staying. So, you know, we started there, and then, you know, once you've got that, go and then find people that are similar, you know, are similar to your customers, and you can use LinkedIn and email and so many different ways to kind of find similar audiences or similar groups of people, and go start conversations with them and take the same lessons of what you've learned from your existing customers to them, and find out through that with what connects, and then start doubling down on that and start sort of, you know, going down that path with using that feedback to sort of find out what it is that people actually really care about when it comes to your business and what motivates them.
I always say whenever you're having a question about your customer experience, your branding, always ask the customer, and that is listen to what they're saying, listen to, you know, their feedback. Andrea always used to say mirrors and maps, and that is like, you know, find the people that will reflect back at you and say, you got some spinach in your tooth there. You need to fix that. And then maps, meaning, you know, the people that are doing what you're doing and do it, you know, they're ahead of you. They may be 10 feet ahead of you or 10 miles ahead of you, but follow that path that they're already doing. So I think those are always the important things. Okay, Matt, this is our speed round. What is your one tip that you would give to our listeners to really build their sales using their brand?
Do more. Do more outreach. Talk to more people. Just double the highest number that you think you need to talk to on a weekly basis. Double it and go and do that.
Ouch. You were supposed to say something that was fluffy. That sounds like a lot of work. But it's true.
It's true. It's that, everyone gets seduced into the dopamine hits of you can automate, you can make it easy. The blunt reality is the more people you talk to, the more chances you have of making sales. So if you're not making enough sales, go talk to more people.
Okay, so a month and a half ago, I made a personal challenge to meet with a one-on-one meeting with 10 new people every single month. And
Yep.
And I was doing that. So you're saying right here, okay, I'm going to say it out loud. From starting right now, I'm going to challenge myself to double that and do 20 new people, one-on-ones, 20 new people every month. So anybody listening want to talk to me, help me out on my, but that's true.
And the subscript from that is find ways to do it effectively and find ways to get leverage to be able to do, be able to do it. I will have 15 to 20 sales meetings every single week.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
But and I have a whole team, and that's what my co-pilots go do. All of the grunt work to be able to make that happen with LinkedIn outreach, with email, with Instagram. They create the content. So I've got the team that enable that to happen. But every single week, my calendar is filled, between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. every morning, because I live in Australia and work out of the United States. Between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m., my calendar is filled every day.
Wow.
With new sales appointments.
That's you just have to do the thing. You have to do the work. I love that.
Got to do the reps.
Got to do it. All right. Now I want you to tell people how they can get in touch with you. How can they hang out with you? And what do you have going on? So you can
go visit our website, which is howtoscaleyoursales.com. There's a heap of information on there. Or you can connect us up on LinkedIn. It's Matthew spelled with one T, Boyle, and you should be able to see my profile picture and some information of us on there.
Awesome. And I think you gave me your calendar link as well. So
I sent you through the calendar link. So if anyone wants to have a one-on-one conversation, feel free to use that link and book a time in the calendar and let's connect.
And if you would like to meet with me, I would love for you to get on my calendar now that I've just doubled my challenge. Now, when I grow up, I want to be like Matt and have like 15 to 20 sales calls a week. So that's awesome. But I'm at Headshot Strategist / Let's Chat. And there's a spot there. If you're a photographer, hit that one. If you're anyone else, you want to talk about headshots, strategies, how to appear amazing on your social media platforms, hit me up and we will chat. Matt, I appreciate your time. I am going to tell everyone now about our community announcements. So we are here every Wednesday at 9 a.m. and every Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. And you had me yesterday, you have me today, and you will have me again next Wednesday. So you have all the Peggy you need these days, let me tell you. If you are so busy that you cannot watch us live, you can catch us on the podcast. We're everywhere that you listen to your favorite podcast. So make sure that you check this out. And remember, subscribe and share, because sharing is caring. Now, if you want to come hang out with me and our other host, please go to minklifemotivation.com/live and fill out an application and come be a guest. Come hang out with us because we are always having fun here. And again, Matt, thank you so much. I'm really glad that we got through our people don't know what it took to get us here today. Let me just say, technology.
It's worked well. I'm glad.
But I'm so glad that we made it, and I'm so glad I got to chat with you. And so I look forward to scheduling a meeting and talking to you soon. And everyone else, I will see you next Wednesday.